What's up, guys? So today I'm gonna go over what was released today, which is the basically the scouting report tab that's in the front office now, and when you go to my team, where you can put them, how to use them, what you should do to start out, and things you need to do to start with so you don't screw yourself in the long run. So as you can see from the main front page for the news for the day, there's offensive and defensive ones, and there's also a tab that gets into scheme select. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go into front office now and go to the new scouting tab. So this is my main, and what I would do is I would go to look at all these, figure out which ones that you actually might want, and you're gonna need these front office points to level these up. Now you can level up all of these to level 5, I believe, before you're gonna need any of the clipboards. And the clipboards is that little icon that was up there to the right. I'll go back so you can see it real quick. But this little clipboard icon up here to the right by my front office points in the cart, those are what you're going to need when you get up to level 5 on all these. And I'll show you what I mean right here. So this one right here is exactly at level 4, and I can level it up more, but I need more clipboards. And you're probably asking, well, where do I get the clipboards? So go to home, go to league. Yes, we have 11 hours left for any of those that want to come find us. But anyways, we're going into league, league store. Gonna scroll all the way to the back. And under new is your 5 clipboards. Now, I know a lot of you that grind, I don't know how many of the league points that you have, but I saved up a ton of mine. I think on my alt I had like 10,000 or something like that, probably even more than that. But what you're going to do is you're going to go to the clipboards, however many you feel comfortable buying. I would buy that many. I spent all of mine because I really don't buy anything in here. So why not? I'm huge on defensive strategy and tactics and stuff, so you might as well just buy it, dump the league points. If you can't get a freaking series player or whatever this, the next 2 weeks, whoop-de-doo, I would just dump the points. So anyways, that's where you get them. So we're going to go back over here. So what you want to do is you want to get your front office points. And when you get your front office points, I tried to go through, and I went through and I leveled up every single one that I could all the way to at least level 4. And that gets me up until the point to where I don't need clipboards anymore. Now what that does is those are basically free boosts that you can apply to your team. So you have the stat boost, which is offensive and defensive. Your conditional boosts, which are push to pile, which is 4th and short, long yards. So any long yardage situations, that applies to your max protect. Things like that, certain conditions, those apply. So you can kind of play with it, figure out what you want to do according to your team, how you play, things like that. And then, of course, you have your defense, your run stuff, your max cover, and your pass rush for, like long distances, your run stuff for short yardage situations. And then you go to stat reducer. Now, stat reducer is offensive stats for the other player. So I would say the majority of Madden Mobile is probably West Coast still, but there's a lot more vert players now. But vertical and West Coast are 2 that I would recommend that everybody do. And what they do, if you click on them, so again, I have this one to level 4. I've got to go play some overdrive to unlock the West Coast one. But it's -2 pass block and -1 release. And then when you get to level 10, it's -4 pass block, you know, and it gets pretty high up there. But again, you're going to need the front office points to be able to get those. And then down here, this is very important, where it says upgrade scouting reports. Scouting reports are every single one of these tabs that you just went through, in stat boost, conditional boost, and stat reducers. Now, once you get over level 4 and you start getting higher up, you're going to have unlocked so many of these, and I'll show you what I'm talking about right here. So let's see, I think it's level 7 here. So 25 of 25 times. So if you haven't leveled these up at least 25 times, you can't unlock any of them to level 7. And then when you go to, I believe it's only on level 7 and level 10. So you really need to unlock 50 of these to max it out, basically. So you need to unlock 50. So if you do, every single one is 4. So let's see, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. That's 28 just on the first page. Let's see, 28, 32, 36, that's 40. And yeah, that puts me at 52. So on the first 2 pages alone, if you have enough front office points to unlock them to level 4, without even using any clipboards, you've maxed it out. You beat the game. So your first step, if you have the front office points, is to go through, max every single one to level 4. And then you don't have to worry about anything other than clipboards. Now what these are, these power that you see here, 340 power, 360 power, you know, like 480, 240, depending on what the boosts are that you get from these being in, some of them are higher and some of them are lower. So we'll click on this 340. As you can see, I'm at level 5 with it, and they go down. Now this does not take away from your team power. It does not take away from team power. All this does is when you go into it, every time you level it up, it actually drops it. So as you can see, you know, you get to level 8, it's 300, and then 280, and then 280. Depending on what they are, they lower. So the higher the level, the more you can try to fit in as your power increases. Now, but you know, obviously it's going to cost more. You're going to need more front office points and a lot of clipboards. So you have to try to play with. That's why I said you're going to level them up to level 4, and then so this one's level 5 and it's 340. But you know, if we go over here, let's see. This one's a level 5 and it's 255, and you're like, what the crap? Well, it's different boosts for different things, so you have to kind of play with it and see what you want to do and which direction you want to go. So once you unlock them to level 4, that's why I'm saying do everything to level 4, and then make your decisions on which ones you really want to go after. Based on power, where your power's at. If you're a little bit lower power, you're going to want to concentrate on the ones that are a little cheaper to start, because then you can get, you know, once you get to level 7 is when you unlock the 3rd boost, and you're going to need 10 of the clipboards for that. So level 7, level 4, and then level 7 are the key boosts, key levels that you're going to need to keep in mind, because level 5, I believe, is 1 clipboard, and then it goes to 5, then 10, then 20, 30, and 50. So if I can math right, that should be 80, 100, 110, 115, 116 to max 1 out. So if you do the math, I believe there's probably at least 20 of them. So that's a lot of freaking clipboards. So if you're going to go up and try to get one higher, or at least to level 7, just know 116 per. So now that we've done that, you know, stat reducer for the specific schemes, you can put in defense. You can do the defense there. But more importantly, let's go to my team, and under the my team tab, you're going to have boosts. Now these 3 weren't unlocked. I unlocked the first 2, and this is all that I could fit in right now, and I'm still working on it. I just threw this in just to have some in. But these are all that I can fit in. Now, my power right now is 2295. I could up it if I wanted to, get it up over 2300, close to 2350. But it's not really going to benefit me because it doesn't matter, because the power caps right now, I can't fit into 6 slot anyways. So power really doesn't matter to me. But I have a good combination, I feel, of ones in here that are higher power, some are lower power. And, you know, I'll mix it around and do whatever. Now, the important thing about this is the defense and offensive ones are interchangeable. So if you go to play a level and you throw all your offensive ones in, they affect your offense. And then you can hurry up, do your level drives, and then throw your defensive ones back in and leave them in. And they'll affect your defense. So you don't need to have these set for, you know, your level or whatever, and have a mix of offense and defense. Now, on that note, I would venture to say if you're live countering somebody in a close level, which I feel like is a dead art to most people, and you have defensive and offensive tactics in, you might want to go swap them out and put all defensive tactics in. Even if they're only level 4, something is better than nothing. But what you're doing is it's taking these totals here, these 255 power, 240 power, 480, and it's totaling them up to your total power, and that is how many you can fit in the slots. So base it off that. There's a lot of things that you can play around with, but definitely if you're going to go in for a level drive, throw all your offensive ones in. Even if they're only level 4, throw them all in. It's better than anything that you had before this was released. So you're not going to hurt your team, and then when you're done, throw all the defensive ones that you have back in. I hope, you know, this guy's helped break down some of this new content and you guys understood and I explained it well. But if you have any questions, you know where to find me. So good luck, guys, and remember, level 4, don't use your clipboards yet until you find out exactly which ones you want to go after.